So today I will show you a PowerPoint on women in 1930s Brazil. For starters, under Getúlio Vargas' regime, the Estado Novo government was established in 1937. Some ideas Vargas emphasized was supporting the working class, and despite showing concern for the working class, he still didn't pay much attention towards them, and their lifestyles didn't improve as much. For instance, they still received low wages, and the wealthy were still more privileged, like children were sent to private schools and received a better education. Vargas also emphasized nationalism, like taking down state flags and displaying the Brazilian national flag. Also, the women in this era worked but weren't paid as much attention, and Vargas didn't show concern for women's rights. And the thesis would be women from different social backgrounds displayed themselves as being important figures during the 1930s. We'll first start out with New Beginnings for Women, where we'll analyze this magazine from O'Malley magazine. The magazine was illustrated on August 15, 1936, and shows a woman filling up a car and wearing pants. The three representations are the woman being a symbol of being in the labor force. With her attire, she could be breaking norms most women had to represent. And again, with fashion and also beauty, she could be a symbol of women who read this magazine, who wanted to emulate her. The woman is wearing pants. Mostly women in this time period wore mostly dresses and skirts. It also shows how women can be involved in positions men mostly worked in. The woman's skin and style is a sign of beauty in Brazil. Also, since she's filling up a gas tank, a car, and it could show in the car, could mean empowerment and independence for the woman driving. The second point is the new trendsetters, and we'll analyze the page from the O'Malley magazine from the previous year. The page of the magazine was published on March 11, 1935, showing the latest fashions worn in Brazil's 1930s. The image could have different representations showing the latest fashion trends women should follow, and it also shows how the upper class women still overpowered the lower class women indirectly. From this, it shows the women in the 1930s walking in the streets and looking at this page showing what colors are in fashion and how to style themselves. The last point is challenging traditional Brazil, where we'll analyze a primary source of feminism. The image is a primary source published in the 1930s and explains how women could be empowered. This image gives a good analysis of Brazilian women. The author points out some misconceptions of female feminism, of feminists being man-haters and women being naive, well-behaved, and showing respect to patriarchal authority. Instead, the author states women should get educated to have a saying. In conclusion, the women in Brazil, whether people noticed or not, played a role in society during the 1930s. These three images were analyzed, and that's